Hey y'all, so today I'm going to be filming my January wrap up, and it's going to be kind of different than what I wanted it to be. I'm like not feeling well, so we're just going to improvise. I'm using my phone, and I'm kind of sitting in a weird position, and I'm resting my arm on my knee because I'm just filming it like vlog style, I guess. But I wanted to film my wrap up, and I had to find some willpower to do it. And I only have face makeup on and no eye makeup because my eyes are watering like crazy because of the sinus infection. And they're very, very irritated. And just the thought of putting mascara or anything on my eye right now makes me like cringe. So I couldn't do it. I sat in my bathroom and like was trying to mentally prepare myself to put on the mascara, and I couldn't do it. But I read 20 books this month, so I'm going to sit here, tell you all the rating that I gave them, do like maybe mini reviews for some of them. I vlog almost every day, so if y'all want to like see like really in depth of me like reading them and then telling y'all what I think while I'm reading them or after I'm done reading them, you can subscribe and y'all can see the process of me reading all of these. So I'm going to start off with, actually, this is the last book I read in January, and it was Saga Volume 1, and this one I gave a 3.75 out of 5 stars. I liked it, and I just, like, it's so hyped up, and it's my first graphic novel, too, so it was very fast-paced, and I found myself wanting way more than what I got, and so I think I just need to get used to like reading graphic novels. I want to buy the second volume. Like, I'm very curious about what happens. So it's not that I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it. A 3.75 is a pretty good rating in my opinion. But it like didn't blow me away like I thought it would, because everyone loves this comic. So I'm hoping I like really get more invested as I go along, and that the reason I probably didn't enjoy it as much is because it's my first graphic novel. And yeah, sometimes, I don't know, I just think that's kind of why, because it was just a lot of pictures, and obviously a lot of pictures. It's a graphic novel. That sounded stupid. But like, I'm not used to reading like this type of book, so, but it was still good. The next book I read, this is the literary classic that I read this month. I want to read one literary classic a month, and I picked The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I loved this so much, and it was so good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was, it's like the most heartbreaking book ever, and I didn't cry or anything, but it broke my heart, and it made me so sad, and it was just amazing, and you'll have to read it to like understand what I'm saying. And I don't really want to describe too much to y'all. It's just because I didn't know that much about this going in, and that was perfect for me. So, I mean, I guess I'll just tell you that, no, I don't want to say anything, because I just think that but I didn't know anything about this. I didn't even read the back when I picked this up. So all I knew was that Leonardo DiCaprio was Gatsby in one of the movies. That's all I knew. So, and I enjoyed it so much more. So just pick it up. It's good. It is so good. There is a reason this book is a classic. It's because it's freaking fantastic. Okay, the next book I have that I read, and this is in no particular order, by the way, I'm just picking up books that I have here, is Love, Laugh, and the List by Casey West. This I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite. It was cute and enjoyable, but, you know, it just wasn't like my favorite book that I read this month by any means. It was just kind of cute, and I read it in one sitting. I read it in like 3 hours. 4 hours. It was just like, I don't know, it's something that I needed, because I had read a lot of like high intensity fantasy and sci-fi like the whole first part of the month, and this I picked up just because I needed something a little lighter, and so it was perfect for that. But I think that I just think all contemporaries are kind of the same, and to me it's like I've read this book before kind of thing, and the ending was predictable, which is fine. Like, I figured I knew how this was going to end. And I really loved the main character in this. She was great. What was her name? Y'all, I read 20 books. I'm not going to remember all the... Abby. What's her name? And her boyfriend's name? Or whatever. Her love interest. Her best friend. Cooper is his name. Yeah. So, Cooper and Abby are the main characters in this. And the reason I picked this up, though, is because it was about, like, kind of like, not resolutions, but just ways that she wanted to improve her life. And she, like, made a list of things, trying to help her improve her artwork and put more heart into her work. And I picked that up because I thought it would be inspirational. And it did do that. It inspired me. It made me want to do more things. So I did like this book because of that, but I think it was kind of like the romance in it that I just wasn't a fan of, to be honest with you. And I thought Cooper was an ass most of the time. And, like, he was nice. He just was, I don't know, he just annoyed me. I loved Abby, though, and I loved her mom, and I love the family dynamic in this. So there are great things about this book, and I would recommend somebody read it. I just didn't love it. So, there's that one. The next one, ooh, sorry, that's nice, is, oh, yes, there is a box of Cheez-Its right there, because my mom put them there. I do not know why they're there. I don't even like white cheddar Cheez-Its. Sorry, that was random. I have Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. This I absolutely loved. Oh my god, I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. This was a good contemporary book that is not like other contemporary books that I've read. So it follows this guy named Lincoln, and he works at this computer company where he monitors emails, and if an email is inappropriate, he will flag it. And he starts reading these conversations between this girl named Beth and Jennifer. By the way, Beth and Jennifer's email conversations are, to me, the highlight of this whole book. I think they're so funny. Oh my gosh, they're so funny. But Lincoln starts to fall in love with Beth through these phone conversations. So it's just like, I don't know, it was just such a cute, cute book. And, okay, I heard this one, some people find it creepy. I did not find it creepy. I did not find Lincoln creepy. I thought he was doing his job. And Beth is just as creepy, if not more creepy than Lincoln. And if y'all read the book, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't think he was creepy. I didn't find him to be a loser either. He lives with his mom, and he's like 28 years old. He's got multiple degrees, so he doesn't have to live with his mom. I think he just has some hard times letting things go, but I didn't find him to be like a loser or anything. Like, some people described him as that, but I did not see that at all. I thought he was fine. Yeah, like, I don't know. I thought he was fine. I loved Lincoln. I thought he was cute and sweet and nice and adorable. And I loved the romance in this. I loved Beth and Jennifer. Their friendship was so great. It was good. So I strongly, this is my first Rainbow Rowell book, and I loved it, so I strongly recommend it. The next book I have, actually these are two, is A Quart of Thorns and Roses. Okay, I gotta get the Cheez-Its out of there. And A Quart of Mist and Fury. So, this one I gave a 3 out of 5 stars, or a 4. 3 or 4 out of 5 stars. The first part of this was super slow for me, and I don't know, it all just felt kind of underwhelming at first, and even Feyre and Tamlin, they underwhelmed me. Like, Tamlin was okay, like, he was decent. I didn't love Tamlin. Like, I liked him enough, and I think I said I loved him, but in the vlog maybe, did I say I loved him, or did I not say I loved him? Anyways, I don't know. Now that I'm reflecting on the book, Tamlin was okay. Feyre, she was a little underwhelming too. Honestly, this thing felt very underwhelming until the end when things started to really pick up. And then I started loving it, and it was really good. But just the first half was a little boring, so I docked it. Plus, I don't know, it just like, I don't know. It was good though. Now, A Quart of Mist and Fury. 5 out of 5 stars. So good. So good. Oh my god. This took like the biggest turn ever. ever, I have never ever changed my feelings so much about characters or a story before. It was so good. It was amazing, and I'm so happy that I read this. It's big. I'm reading A Court of Wings and Ruin right now, actually, and oh, it's so good. It's so good, y'all. It is amazing. I don't even want to say because it's a sequel, so I don't want to spoil anything. But this series is following a girl named Feyre, and she is like a human, but she like commits. Okay, I need to quit saying like. I hate synopsis. She commits this like crime, and she kills a fae, and then to pay off her debt to society, she goes and lives with Tamlin. And it's kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, basically, with a twist. And at the first part, it is definitely a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it's boring, but it gets better. So, it gets a lot better. But I love this series, and A Court of Frost and Starlight is coming out, and I'm so excited. So, okay. Oh my gosh, these next two books. Whew. Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. 5 out of 5 stars to both of these. They were fantastic. I ranted enough about these in the vlogs, and I actually filmed a review on this, and I'm deciding if I'm going to upload that or not. I'm not sure because it's kind of scattered, but it was so, oh my gosh. Audrey, my dog is barking. Audrey Rose is like my favorite female character ever. I love her. Love her, love her, love her. Thomas is my fictional boyfriend. If my dog does not quit barking, I am going to... He is crazy. Audrey Rose is amazing. I love her. I want to be like her. I love Thomas. He's amazing. That whole series is just fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. But yeah, sorry if I'm going a little fast-paced. It's because my dog. It's because he has a bone right now, and anytime anybody in my family walks past him, he gets a little angry. And he barks really bad and acts like he's going to attack us because he's a Jack Russell Terrier and he's mean sometimes. Just kidding. But, oh my god. Okay. I'm going through these kind of quickly now because it's already 12 minutes and I still have quite a few books left. So, the next book I have is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book. Y'all should watch my vlog on this book. It was so funny. I was like intense. Oh my gosh, this book was intense. And I want to read Gemina. I might actually pick that up today because I'm just kind of in the mood to read something like that. But this book was so intense and crazy, but it was good. It was so good. I loved it. Okay, next. Okay, this one's gonna be... Oh, damn Cheez-Its. Okay, The Selection by Kira Cass. I gave this like a 2.5 out of 5 stars, 3 stars. I enjoyed some of it, but most of it just ended up pissing me off a lot, and it was not my favorite book. I'm not going to continue with the series. I just Googled who she ended up with. I'm satisfied. I have no desire to finish the rest of the series. I started it. It was not great. It was not good. So I don't know. I didn't like it. So that's all I gotta say about that. Next. Okay, this one, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So this was really hopped up on BookTube, and I gave it a 3.75 out of 5 stars. The first part was so boring. Oh, I read this during my 24-hour readathon. It was so boring. I could have cried. It was just like really, really bad. Like not bad, but just bad in the sense that it was just slow, you know? Like it took forever to get the story going. I felt like, I don't know, I felt like I was watching like a kid's show or something. Like there was bullies and stuff in school, and like the guy that likes her was mean to her because he liked her, which was so annoying. Like that's childish. Like that's elementary. And I felt like, and I did not like Jude. at all. She was like annoying to me, and I wanted to follow her sister. I think her name is, what's her name? What's her sister's name? I don't know her sister's name, I forget. But I wanted to follow her older sister. She seemed interesting. And I'm not even going to go into this book because I feel like everybody knows what this book is about. But the ending is what made my rating go from like a 2 to a 3.75. The ending was awesome and really brutal and great, and it picked up fast, and it started to get more into the politics, and it was good. I loved the ending, and it made me want to pick up the second book when I thought I was just gonna like be like, yeah, this book sucks, I'm not reading it. So the ending made up for everything. It was great. But the first part was dreadful, and I did not like that, and I almost was like, I'm going to put this down. So fight through it. If you're reading it and you don't like it, fight through it. It's good. But I definitely don't get why people are giving this a 5 out of 5 stars, because I personally just had way bigger expectations for that, and it just kind of disappointed me a little bit. So, but it wasn't a bad book. It got good. There. Move. Cheez-Its. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. So, the next book I read is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Oh my gosh. This is so good. This is good. This is worth the hype. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I totally understand why people love this so much. It is so good. V.E. Schwab's writing style is just perfection, and I need more of it. So I'm going to read A Gathering of Shadows, which is up there, sometime this month. But yeah, it was great. It was fantastic. I love all of the characters. I love Kel. I love Lala. I love Ra. I love all of them. And the 4 Londons are absolutely fascinating to me. And I just thought this whole book was fantastic and magical and whimsical, and I loved it. I loved it. And I can't wait to continue with the series. The next book I have is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I started off not liking it very much. Well, I did not like it. I was just bored. Like, I liked it enough, but I was just kind of like, oh, this is boring. So the first 80 pages are definitely kind of slow for me anyways, but it got really good. And I honestly think that the reason I thought it was boring was because I just wasn't in the mood to read it the night that I picked it up. But I picked it up a few weeks later. When I say a few weeks, I mean like a month later. And it was like really good. And I loved it. And I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. So, and I thought I was going to DNF the book. So that's a pretty drastic change. Just shows that sometimes your mood really determines how much you're going to like. So I had to do something. But I'm back. I was talking about Anna and the French Kiss. I think I was talking about how, like, your mood affects your reading or something like that. Yeah. But this ended up being very good. And it makes me kind of nervous. So, like, when I've read in the past and I've, like, didn't like a book that much, I was like, did I really not like the book? Or was I just not in the mood to read it? But I loved this. I loved it. And I can't wait to read the next 2. I'm really excited. Okay, the next book I have is Milk and Honey. This was a book of poetry. It was so good. I loved it. I also gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. It was just beautiful, and it just touched me, and it was gorgeous, and I understand why people love this so much. Yeah, but it was great, and it was a quick read, so it was great. The next book I have is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It was enjoyable. It was okay. I don't love it. I am going to continue. I really want to know, like, what happens and everything. So I'm going to read Catching Fire. I hope I read that this month. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was okay. It just wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be, and everybody loves this, so I feel like weird not loving it, but I enjoyed it and everything, but it's just like not, I don't know, I just don't think it's really my thing, to be honest, but I do want to finish the series. It's only 3 books and they're fairly short, so yeah. Okay, the last books I'm going to talk about are all Shadowhunter Chronicle books. So I have got City of Bones. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. City of Ashes, 5 out of 5 stars. City of Glass, 5 out of 5 stars. City of Fallen Angels, 3 out of 5 stars. This was dreadfully disappointing, and I really hope that the last 2 books in this are going to be a lot better than this, because this was honestly dreadful. But I really, really loved the first 3 books of the Mortal Instruments series. Loved them, loved them, loved them. 4th one, wasn't a fan. But then, between the 3rd and the 4th one, I read Clockwork Angel. By the way, this is a 5 out of 5 stars. And oh my god, I love this so much. And I'm so excited to read Clockwork Prince. And I'm going to read it super, super soon this month. And it was just so good. And then it made me sad because I love the characters in this a lot more than in the Mortal Instruments series. I love Tessa, Will, and Jim. Oh my gosh. I love them. I love them. They're just so cool. And I love them. They're just amazing. And yeah, it was great. Great. And I don't know. It was just fantastic. So the next book that I will be reading in that series is Clockwork Prince. And then I think it's... what's next? I think it's City of Lost Souls is next. Which, honestly, I'm not super, super excited to pick up the next book in the Mortal Instruments series after City of Fallen Angels. But the ending in City of Fallen Angels was good. So that was better. It made me interested, and I was a lot more intrigued. But the first, like, 3/4 of the book were just dreadful and boring. But yeah, that was my reading month. I had a good one. I read a lot, and most of them I enjoyed. Most of them I loved. Some of them were okay, and then I think I had 2 in here that I just, like, hated. But yeah, so that is all. I hope you all enjoyed this. Sorry, it's kind of like a vlog style wrap up, but I feel awful, so I just had to kind of roll with the punches today. But I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see y'all later. Bye!